Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel Imaginary Engineering. This is Kirti, and in this video we are going to see how we can connect our React.js application to the Node.js. So let's start. First we will create two folders, one for the client and another for the server. So let me create a server folder. First we will see the server part. So let me go to the server folder, cd server. Now we will generate the package.json file using that npm init-y. If I open, here we have the package.json file is created. Now we need the Express, and so let me install npm iExpress, also install the nodemon. So whenever we make some changes in our code, our server will restart. Now here inside the dependency we have the Express and nodemon. Main is index.js. Let me add the script start colon nodemon index.js. Now next what we will do, we will create an index.js file inside the server. First we require the express, so create a variable const express equal to require express. Then we'll assign this express to one variable, so const app equal to express. Let's define the port, const port equal to suppose 5000. Then we call the get method app.get. Here we have give the path /API/users. Then we will pass the callback function here. In this get method we'll return the JSON. So I have some dummy data. First let me create a file mockdata.json. Here if I show you, here I have some dummy data. I will simply copy this and paste it here. To see this in a JSON format, press the Alt Shift F. Now here you can see we have the list of object ID, first name, last name, email. Now next we will require that mock data here, const users equal to require and pass our file name. In this file present in a current folder, so /mockdata.json. Now we will return the response .json and pass this users variable. Now our app is listening on a port 5000, so pass the port and one callback function here. We will console log app is running on port, so not port, here app is listening on port number. So now let's start our server npm start. In console you can see app is listening on 5000. Let's go to the browser /API/users. We are getting all this JSON as a response. Now let's go back to our VS. Now we go to the client. Let me split up the terminal and go to the client folder. And now we will create a new React app npx create React app and our application name, let's say my app. It will take some time to create a new React app. Now our app has been created, so let me go to the my app and let's run this command npm start. Now our client is running on the port localhost 3000. Here you can see. Now let me open this client and src folder, go to the app.js and I'm remove all these things. Then we'll add one React fragment and let me remove this import also. Now we will define the user state to hold all the users data we fetch from server. So users state users equal to use state. We need to import this use state from React. So import use state from React. Then we'll define the user effect. It will take a 2 parameter function, and second is dependency. It's empty, so we want this run when the first time the page is loaded. And inside that we define one function, get users, async function. We make it async. We are using the Express, so let me first install that. Let me stop the server, Control C. Then we will install the Express, npm I Express. To make an API request, we are using the Express. So first import the Express. Here import Express from Express. Then await, we will call the get method. Here we need to pass our URL. Let me copy this URL and paste it here. Then dot, then when promise resolve, it will return the response, and we call this set users and set the response.data. Now next we call this method get users. Now if I go browser and refresh this, let me open the dev tool. Here we are getting the error. Let me refresh once. Looks like we haven't started the server, so let me start the server first. npm start. Now our server has been started, so let's go back to the browser. Open the dev tool. Let me close the previous one. Now here we are getting the error course, because now our server is running on the localhost 5000 and our client is running on localhost 3000. So it's considering they both are from the different origin, and according to the browser policy SOP same origin, it block our request. So let's see how we can resolve this. We can resolve this error on both the sides, server side and client side. First I will show you how we can resolve this on the client side, and then we will see how we can resolve in the server side. So let me go back to our VS Code and open our package.json file in the client folder. So now let's go to our package.json file, and I will add one more property here, proxy, and its value will be our path localhost colon 5000. Let me copy this and paste it here. We don't need API users, I will remove this. Now whenever user hit the request on the localhost 3000, it will redirect to the localhost 5000. Now let me refresh. First let's start the server again. Terminate that and let's start npm start. Now our server has been started. Let's go back to our browser. Let me refresh, but here still we are getting the error, so something is wrong in code. So let's go to our VS Code. Here I have given the path again, so let me remove this path, only API/users. Now let me refresh, go to our network tab. Here you can see we are getting the response. Now next we will render this data on browser. So we'll add JSX here, curly braces. First we will check if the user has data or not. If user is not undefined, then we will iterate over an array. So users.map users, it will return the div. Li tag, inside that we will print the user's id, user first name and user last name. So backtick $user.id. Then I will give some space here between the id and name, then users.first name, and then we have the users.last name. We pass the key here, so uniquely identify the each element. So key equal to user.id. Now let's go back to our browser. Here you can see all the users are displayed here. Now next we will see how we can resolve that CORS issue on server side. So let's go back to our browser. Let me close this server and client. Now we'll open the server and go to our index.js file. Here we set the header response.set, and we will pass the allow control, access control, allow origin. In the second parameter we pass the asterisk that indicate it allow the all the domains. If you want to allow only specific domain, like in our case if you want only the localhost 5000, then you can pass that instead of asterisk. Here I will remove this proxy from package.json which we have added. Now let me refresh. Let's do one thing. Let's go back and restart our server. npm start. Our server has been started, so let's go back and refresh. Let me close all the previous one. Now here we are getting the error, so let me go to the code. Here we need to pass that path localhost 5000 because we removed that in our package.json. So here we need to provide the full path. Now here you can see all the users are loaded successfully. So in next video we will see how we can perform all the code operation using the React as a front end and Node.js in a backend. So if you like this video, then don't forget to like, share and subscribe to the Imaginary Engineering. Thank you for watching.